50 Cent has officially cut ties with Lil Durk following explosive allegations that Durk snitched on Lil Baby using fake evidence, publicly declaring he regrets ever backing Durk and hopes he stays behind bars far longer than anyone expected. There's betrayal, and then there's this. The music industry has seen its fair share of scandals, but what's unfolding right now between 50 Cent and Lil Durk is nothing short of legendary, and not in a good way. This isn't just a falling out between two artists. This is a full-scale abandonment, a public excommunication, and a ruthless statement from one of hip-hop's most powerful moguls. 50 Cent, known for being both a mentor and a businessman, has turned his back on Lil Durk in the most brutal way possible, cutting off support, yanking resources, and airing his disappointment for the entire world to see. This all stems from the shocking accusations that Lil Durk, in an attempt to secure his freedom, snitched on Lil Baby, and even went as far as to provide fake evidence to the federal authorities. What was supposed to be a desperate play for freedom has now turned into a massive scandal that's threatening to end Durk's career, his credibility, and now, his alliances. Let's take it back for context. Not long ago, Lil Baby was unexpectedly picked up by authorities in Atlanta, caught in the crossfire of what many believed to be a looming RICO investigation. Nobody saw it coming. He'd been clean publicly, avoided high-profile controversies, and kept his movements low-key. But just as his arrest made headlines, another shocker hit. Lil Durk was being released. Fans were confused. The timeline didn't add up. Durk, who was also facing serious legal heat, was suddenly walking free while Baby was locked up. The whispers started almost instantly. It looked too suspicious. It looked like a setup. And soon, sources began leaking bombshell information. Durk had allegedly cooperated with the feds, pointing fingers at Lil Baby and handing over what he claimed was evidence of Baby's criminal involvement. But here's the kicker. The evidence wasn't just suspicious. It was fake. Altered images, edited audio, misleading text screenshots. The feds did their homework, and once they dug in, they realized something wasn't right. Durk's story didn't line up with the digital trail. And now, the man who thought he was playing chess was caught trying to bluff with counterfeit pieces. And no one was more furious than 50 Cent. See, 50 wasn't just another rapper watching from the sidelines. He had been actively supporting Lil Durk, helping fund legal defense strategies, lending him industry credibility, and even leveraging his powerful media platforms to keep Durk in the public's good graces. For 50, this wasn't just business. This was personal. He saw in Durk a survivor, someone who had climbed from the streets to the spotlight, someone he believed was worth betting on. But the moment those snitching allegations dropped, and especially when the fake evidence was exposed, 50's tone changed overnight. "He's dead to me," 50 allegedly told a close source after reviewing the details. "I backed a fraud. I vouched for someone who violated the code. That's on me, and I'll own that mistake, but it ends here." And true to his word, 50 went scorched earth. He pulled every dime of support from Durk's legal team, every PR connection, every ounce of influence. Gone. But that wasn't all. 50 didn't stop behind closed doors. He took his disappointment public. In a fiery Instagram post that's since gone viral, 50 wrote, "Let this be a lesson. Not everyone you feed is loyal. I helped that man, stood behind him, defended him, and he played dirty on some real fake evidence type stuff. Nah, I regret every dollar I spent on that case. Hope he stays locked up longer than expected." He chose his path. And just like that, the bridge was burned, the alliance shattered, and Lil Durk was left more isolated than ever. The fallout has been swift. Fans who were already skeptical about Durk's actions are now outright turning against him. Memes are everywhere. TikToks dissecting every word of 50's post have racked up millions of views. Comment sections are full of phrases like, "50 don't miss," and "Durk just ended himself." Even Durk's own supporters are having trouble defending him. The evidence, the fake evidence, that is, speaks louder than words. But it's not just social media heat that Durk has to worry about. There are now serious legal implications. By submitting altered or forged material to federal investigators, he didn't just snitch, he potentially committed obstruction of justice. And because he'd already offered up some useful intel in his initial cooperation, his credibility is shot. Prosecutors can't use him. The feds can't trust him. And if his deal hinged on that cooperation, it may now be void. Meaning, Durk might end up back in jail. This time, for even longer. And 50 Cent is not shedding a single tear. Those close to 50 say this isn't just about snitching. It's about respect, about integrity. 50 has made a career out of being tough, but loyal. He's helped numerous artists rise through the ranks, but betrayal? That's a red line. And it's not the first time 50 has cut someone off for violating that line. He's famously ended friendships, partnerships, even entire careers when loyalty was broken. But this time, the betrayal wasn't just personal, it was public. A man he believed in turned out to be someone entirely different behind the scenes. He could have taken his time, fought it the right way, 50 reportedly said in a private meeting with his media team. Instead, he threw someone else under the bus and lied while doing it. I don't care what happens to him now. Industry insiders believe this might have long-term consequences, not just for Durk's legal standing, but for his career as a whole. With the snitch label hanging over his head, artists may start distancing themselves. Features may dry up. Brands may walk away. And with someone as influential as 50 Cent actively pushing back, the industry pressure could be immense.